Now, here's my book, Selling Through Your Heart. You see it? And I'm going to read an excerpt out of this book that talks to you about your retirement account. Once you put your money in a qualified 401k or SEP IRA retirement account, you can't take it out without paying penalties and taxes, depending on the state that you file your taxes in. When the market takes a dive like it did in 2007, 2008, and now 2020, there is nothing you can do to save it but stand by in shock, watching as it sinks to the bottom. You are completely at the mercy of the fund managers and the IRS. However, if you are fast, you could call the administrator and move the funds into a qualified savings account, but the fund managers will have to sell the mutual fund stocks off first. I learned this the hard way. When I tried to stop the downward slide, I wasn't able to sell off the mutual funds fast enough because nobody wanted them. And the fund manager took his fees on the way down, so I was left with nothing. Does this sound familiar to you now? But I made my money back, you might say. Well, it took you 10 years to make your money back, so sure you did. It's only back to where it was when it started in 2007. You actually lost 10 years of growth. Never put your money in a place where you can't manage it. I love to ask my clients, what's going on with your retirement money? What is it invested in and how is it doing? Well, they are never able to tell me. Don't get caught putting your money in a 401k and then look the other way, or there may not be any money there when you look again. You might say, but my employer matches my donation at 3%. That's a good thing, right? Sure it is. But if the market gobbles it up, what's the point? Oh, and I didn't tell you the best part about these retirement accounts. There may be up to 17 different fees per account. Have you looked? Have you researched this? Even the media has been telling everyone to retire their retirement accounts. I actually have those videos in my course online that for Turn Your Financial House Right Side Up. And they say to retire that account. That's from the olden days. And it doesn't, how can I say? It just simply doesn't serve you. But you might be thinking, so what do I do about my taxes? Well, at this point right now, it's cheaper to pay your taxes up front than it is to have to lose all your money in the account. So many people in their retirement years lost all their money in 2009, 2010. And I knew what was coming because I read the same white paper that our friend Bill Clinton read. I knew it was coming, and I had my own business. I'd had it for 17 years with regard to processing mortgages, not creating them, but processing them through my 23,000 people out in the market that were assisting people in signing them. I saw horrible mortgages, and I knew what was coming. So when I saw the white paper that Bill Clinton saw, I wasn't surprised. So what did I do? I started warning my friends and my family, and being a certified financial educator, I even talked on school campuses and in business campuses. I did everything I could to warn people before the 2007-2008 debacle. I was one of the lucky ones because I didn't close my doors until October of 2010, so I was pretty fortunate. But let me digress. when I was telling these people, they were saying, oh, you're doom and gloom. And I even talked to my girlfriend about this, and she said, oh, I'm not going to listen to you. You know, people say this all the time, but nothing ever happens. Well, it happened, didn't it? And guess what? She lost $2 million at the age of 69. She was just about to retire, and she would have had a handsome income to live off of. So let's talk about today. When you see the stock market dripping in red, that means you don't have any money in your account anymore, or that you've lost a substantial amount. And people say to me, oh, but the market went back up again. Well, you don't understand that when the market takes a dump like that, all of your money disappears. You have no money to go back up again with. Do you understand that? Just like the last time in 2007, 2008, it took 10 years to recover the money you lost. But I bet you didn't go and put it aside in something that was safe just recently. Now, who would know about a pandemic or some natural health disaster? Who would know? And now, when you look at your statements and you notice nobody's talking about what your retirement statements might look like, look at your 401k and look at your SEP IRA if you're a business owner, and you'll see that you've lost a considerable amount of hard-earned money. Now, you put that money in to protect you from the taxes. But what good is it when it's gone? It's no good at all. You could have put that money in a safe haven, and I'm not going to talk about that right now, because you can get my book, Selling Through Your Heart, and you can learn about this yourself. You saw that I write just like I'm talking to you right now. So it's easy for you to understand, and I make suggestions about what you can do. I no longer have my license. I'm not interested in doing that anymore unless somebody wants help looking at their situation with regard to, you know, whether it's going to be safe or how you can get over debt. We could do that, but I don't sell products, so I'm just talking to you based on what I know. It's only been 10 years, and we're seeing the same thing happen again. Being in the market, and the financial advisors are going to hate me, but hang in there because I'm going to give you a different perspective. Being in the market means you are gambling your hard-earned money. Once you put it in, you have no ability to take it out again until you're 69 and a half, and then you can start drawing it out without penalties. Well, that's a long time to wait, especially if you're in your 30s. It's better not to pay in instead of losing it all. And you might say, oh, that doesn't happen very often. Well, it hit the last group 10 years ago that lost all their money at 65 years old when they were ready to, and they were planning to make a difference in their lives and start traveling and enjoying their life. And now it's happened to this generation as well. You've seen all the seniors that are working at Walmart or Home Depot and doing these miserable jobs, but they have to just so they can eat. They don't want to. And not only that, they're taking jobs that the younger people could have. So it slows our economy with regard to the shift of the people that need to be in the working force at this time. Now it's happened once again because people trust the 401k. No. Don't put your money in a 401k and look the other way. It doesn't work that way. I don't know how to be more firm with you. And I'm sorry that you've lost so much money. I just talked to another one of my girlfriends, and she lost $50,000. Do you know how many hours of work that is? That's an unbelievable amount of time to have the money disappear. When you put your money in a 401k or a SEP IRA, there's other things you can do, but it probably isn't going to grow. You could put your money in a Roth IRA, but a Roth IRA, it's not that great of a program. And well, let me just take my word for it and read more in my book, because I got everything approved before I ever published it. You could do that. But if you want to take a 401k and all of its funds, in order to put it in a Roth, you're going to pay all the taxes before you put it in the Roth, all at one time. So you may only have half of your money left, which might be more than what you have left right now. You could put it in a savings account, oh my gosh, and get maybe 1.5 to 2%. That's not going to work. Or you could go back to your financial planner and ask where you can save money safely, where it will grow. There's a lot of great products. There's life insurance products. There's annuities there that will double over time. There's all kinds of different products that you can utilize, and there's always new things coming out. But let me just give you a hint. This is what I did. I learned this from Robert Allen when I was 28 years old. And that is the secret sauce for retirement. It's not about putting your money in a retirement account. I always paid my taxes, and the taxes have been so low that it's better to pay your taxes now than to wait and not know what they're going to be later. And they can set any amount they want. And if the world has gone through a pandemic, such as we've gone through or are still going through now and have no idea when that's going to end, you need to put your money in a safe place, a place where it never goes down. I say a life insurance policy because you can contribute regularly into a life insurance policy. No, it can't be a 401k, but you pay the small amount of taxes that you need to pay every time you get a paycheck, and you contribute it into your life insurance policy. Later on, you can withdraw that money. It's tax-free. And in some cases, you never even have to pay the money back. It's considered a loan, but you don't have to pay it back. That's what the big players do, is they put it in this one account, one kind of account, and then they can draw it out later when it's doubled or tripled in value. Because if you had that kind of a policy, your account in this situation would never have been touched. It would all be intact. And the other thing is, people can't sue you for that money either. It's not even available for people to get to. So that's a pretty darn good protection. And if you borrow it later, as I said, most cases you don't have to pay it back if you play it smart. And whatever's left still goes to the family. And if you use it all, then they may even give you an extra $10,000 to pay for your funeral to help the family out. Take a look in the book also. I have a chart so you can see what the taxes have looked like over a period of years. And that's not something we vote on. It's something that the government, makes a decision on. And look at what they're doing right now. They're paying out tons of money. Everybody in the US got $1,200. Imagine how much money that cost the government. And I'm sitting here going, where did this money come from? Because when I look at the debt clock that you can see online, it's ticking as fast as you can breathe, and even faster, into the debt category. So where do you think this money is going to come from? You. It's going to come from you. You are going to pay it, and the taxes are going to go up. There's nothing we can do about it, because where are we going to get it otherwise? There's so much debt right now. It's absolutely scary. And then there's 15 billion here and another 20 billion there. Where are they getting it? They're printing it as fast as they can. And that's the problem. It's only on paper. There's nothing real. It's just on paper. So they can do whatever they want and call it debt, and then they tax us. It's not what you think. And it's so important that you not gamble your money. It's your lifetime. It's your decision about what you want to do. But let me tell you what I tell you in the book. Here's an idea. As I started to say a little bit earlier, at 28, I learned from Robert Allen how to build a retirement account. And it has nothing to do with the market. What you need to do is have 4 streams of income. Now, right now, one of those streams is Social Security, and we have no idea how long that's going to last. Heaven forbid. But we might get lucky, and because we're going through this pandemic right now, we're all saying people are either we're going to have another baby boom or a lot of divorces. What do you think? You weigh it. Baby boom, divorces. Baby boom's not a bad thing. And I'll tell you why, is because when they get into the workforce, they will be paying the Social Security for those that will need it at that same time. The reason that Social Security is going down right now is because we did a 0 population growth, in the 80s? And it went down. The population did seriously go down. And now we don't have as many people in the workforce as we had before to pay into Social Security. So when you look at your Social Security, actually, that money, yes, you made it, but you paid for the generation ahead of you. Now the generation behind me is paying for my Social Security when I need it. Okay? So that's how it works. If we're lucky, it's not going to be divorces. It's going to be a baby boom. So those babies can pay for the generation behind us. You get it? That's how it works. If we don't get more people paying Social Security, then Social Security is going to run out. That's what they've been talking to you about, is the Social Security running out. Now, it won't be in my generation. It's going to be in the generation behind me. So that can't, though the generation behind us cannot plan on Social Security, but you still need 4 lines of income. Now, another one of my lines of income is annuities. And I've got staggered annuities, so they drop out at different times. And then I can decide whether I want to reinvest it, give some of it to charity, or if I want to use some of it to travel and live my life. I have a very comfortable life because I structured this time in my life with 4 streams of income. I also have my book, which I just read to you out of it. And I have courses that I provide for business owners with regard to sales and creating programs that are easy to sell and then marketing them worldwide on media. That's what keeps my income coming in. And I'm in perfect shape with regard to money. And you might be lucky enough to get some inheritance. That always helps a lot too, if you put it in the right program so that it doubles and you have it for later. That would be an annuity again. So my suggestion to you is that you think very wisely about the money you have in your 401k right now. Whatever's left, I don't care if it's 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, I don't care. Maybe you don't have any at all, but if you don't, start over with something that's going to protect you and you aren't going to lose it in the market. You cannot trust the market. You can see how when it's stressed, it yo-yos up and down, and every time it goes down, it takes more out of your bottom line. You might go up pennies and lose thousands. It's your choice. I'm just trying to get real with you. That's why I created this program called Let's Get Real, because there's so much that I've learned over my lifetime. And as a PhD, there's a lot to share. And this is just the beginning. But please don't put your money in a 401k and look the other way, because I promise you will lose. And people get so excited. The market's going up. The market's going up. So what? You're not, because you have nothing to play with to start with. And remember what I said about those 17 layers of fees before you even get any money. Imagine how much money 17 layers of fees a year is when you are in the market for so many years. Now, so I said something to somebody not too long ago, and he says, "Oh, I'm in the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul." When have you heard that? He's 54 years old. I said, "Your long haul is over. It's done. You should not be in the market now. You are too old to be playing in the market. Unless you're extremely well-versed, you aren't in mutual funds, and you're watching one stock at a time." My dad did that. He was an expert. Believe it or not, until the age of 90, he was a day trader. But not the kind of day trader you would think. He didn't buy and sell every day, but he did his research and he planned what was going to be coming up. So he learned that if they were making a lot of boxes, there was going to be a lot of product, right? Or good thing he didn't invest in health stocks. My goodness, would that be a nightmare right now? But he was very careful. He read all the different magazines. He did all the research. That was his job in retirement. And he'd always had his own business before that. So he kept control of his money. That was a big thing. And it's one of the first things he taught me as a young girl was how to take care of your money. And if you get nothing out of what I have to say to you today, just think about where your money is and what you're going to do with it now. You can move out of the company 401k if you request it from the administrator. They may only allow you to put it in a savings account. I don't know. You have to talk to them and find out what's available. But get out of the market. And I can't say it firmly enough or strong enough. Believe me, I learned my lesson. When will you learn yours? Well, that's my message today. Until I see you next time, tell me what you're going to do. Come back when I have my next let's get real, and tell me what you've done to make a difference with your money. Okay? And it doesn't mean putting it in a savings account, because they used to be living off the interest. Now there's not enough interest to live off of it. That's not a good plan either. But get my book, Selling Through Your Heart. It's won 4 awards. And then I just got this beautiful trophy that showed up because it went #1 international bestseller in 4 countries. I look forward to seeing you next week. And if you've got something you would like me to address, I'm here for you. All you have to do is text me and let me know that's what you'd like. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.